Hey, this is Wulf from Armoury-Terrain, and tonight I'm going to build something simple. Something not complicated at all. My only materials are going to be this piece of jigsaw matting, which is EVA foam, and a short length of PVC pipe. Not quite sure what I'm going to build yet, but I'm thinking about building a goblet. So with that in mind, I got a piece of cardboard from a pizza box, one of these frozen pizzas that you pick up from any supermarket, and I've made a bit of a template with registration marks, and to make sure it's symmetrical, as I was cutting it, I folded it in half. So what I'm now going to do is cut 4 of these out of this piece of foam and see if it works. Okay, I've now cut 4 shapes out following my template. To cut them, I used a retractable blade, and this one is not razor sharp. Forget all about razor sharp. All that means is it cuts hair. The sharpness you need your blade is scalpel sharp. And the moment that this starts dragging on the foam instead of cutting cleanly, I use one of these diamond sharpeners to re-hone the edge of the blade. For the second it doesn't cut through foam, you're just tearing it. Now that I have 4 of these cut out, I've put some contact adhesive, just cheap stuff, on one edge of each piece, and when it dries in a couple of minutes time, I'll be sticking them together. Now remember, this stuff is poisonous. Please ventilate well. It's a flammable liquid 3, which means don't smoke around it. Actually, just don't smoke anyway. It's bad for you. Nearly as bad as breathing this stuff in. So yes, ventilation and masks are always a good idea, guys. Okay, so I've glued the 4 pieces together, and I've got a somewhat round looking bowl for the cup. Now the seams aren't great, and I'll put a link in for Evil Ted Smith's Guide to Perfect Seams. Because he and Bill Duran are both masters of making the foam work properly. Now because my template was not quite right, I have a gap at the bottom. Now I could try and force it and force it and force it shut, which might actually work now that I think about it. But what I'm going to do is I've cut a ring of foam, which I'm going to hot glue to the bottom, and then into that ring I'm going to insert my piece of polypipe for the the shaft of the cup, like so. I also have another ring cut the same size that I'm going to hot glue into the inside of the cup. Okay, wish me luck with the hot glue gun. Let's see how many times I burnt myself. So far I've got the cup to this standard, where the rings around the handle will get sanded down into interesting shaped bumps, and the top looks like it might just about work. Now because I'm lazy and I don't want to sand those ugly seams completely flat and fill them and so, I'm going to get some 2mm craft foam and cut strips to glue over them and around the rim, and then after I paint the cup I'll glue jewels to the strips to make it look like they're meant to be there. So anyway, this is a cup in progress. It's starting to look a bit like a cup. I've glued it to a wooden base to give it the weight to stand upright, which is just a base from Bunnings, cost $2 or $3, made out of craft wood. And yeah, the chalice so far. So this is a cup as it stands with the craft foam attached to it. It looks very ugly, but paint will hide most of these sins, and it is after all meant to be an ancient chalice that my pirates are going to discover at Larp, and then they've got to work out some way to pick it up off a stone in the middle of a pool of electric eels, which is why it has the handles on the side, which are nice and flat. So yeah, let's paint this and see if it can look any better. And that's my assistant Jay rotating it for us so we can see the handles on the side. and they've got little reinforcing lugs on the top, so hopefully when they pick this up it won't collapse. Hopefully. Right, this chalice is now sprayed grey, and as it is grey, it's helped tie it all together into the one look. Now I'm going to let it dry here for an hour or so, maybe a little bit longer since it is dark outside and raining, and then it's going to get a spray paint of black, and then either gold or bronze, depending on which spray paint I've got enough of. Then jewels, lots of jewels over it. For enough bling, you won't be able to see the mistakes. And then it'll be great to use for the Larp. After all, I've only got to use it for one day. The chalice, as you can see, has ended up a coppery colour. Once this is dried tomorrow, I'll be giving it a little bit of weathering and some gems and stuff glued onto it, and then some more weathering until it looks a bit grungy. At the moment it's very, very shiny, but it is very late at night and I've got to go and get some sleep so I do work tomorrow evening. So this is pretty much how I'm going to finish this one off, with a big bronze chalice ready for Larp on Sunday. So you all saw how easy this was to make, and I'm not real well at the moment, hence the voice. So guys, go out and make something. You know you can.